Boca Show are not the opinions of Gene, Chris, and any associate of the Hemp Boca Show. Hemp Boca products are not intended to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Side effects may occur and not recommended for use by women who are nursing or planning pregnancy. Ask a healthcare professional before use. Keep out of reach from children. You must be 18 years or older to purchase products from Hemp Boca.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
Hello. Good evening, guys.
Hi, everybody. It's Hemp Boca time. Live from Boca Raton. We have an incredible show tonight.
Woo, special guest. We got Miss
special?
Boner.
Special?
Miss Boner.
Miss Boner.
Miss Boner is in the house.
Oh, boy.
Hold on a minute. Guys against the girls tonight.
No.
Here we go. The battle of the sexes already.
Give me my
Let's
1 minute.
rock and roll.
The hair is Mrs. Boner's hair.
Hair. Yes. It's
So
gorgeous.
It's going to be a
Gorgeous.
fiery night, a
What?
feisty
No.
night.
Boner.
And we're going to
Why
talk
boner?
about some seriously
Listen.
good
From the
stuff.
cookbook.
From the cookbook.
She is Mrs. Boner
Please.
from Boca.
We'll get it in. Don't worry.
That's it. It sounds like an exciting cookbook.
You'll be fine.
You have to read it.
I am so happy for tonight because I've got my cousin here.
Joey.
Hey,
Joey, cousin Joe.
We're ready to party tonight.
And he has his
We're
own
ready.
podcast called
A guy thing.
and you are going to talk about it.
Okay.
And so, come
Well,
on.
Brian isn't here.
Good to
Sorry,
see you.
Brian.
Brian, we miss
we
you.
miss
son,
you.
I miss
but
you, Brian.
you'll
I know
come
the
back.
bear is watching. The bear is roaming the forest somewhere.
You're going to come back,
And
we'll have you back on
we
again.
love you, bear. We love you.
We may even, you never know.
Yes, we
maybe we bounce back and forth once or twice a month or something, you
Maybe
know?
we'll get the bear on next time, and
Yeah.
I'll set that one out. Let the bear take over.
All right.
I like when
Okay.
the bear takes over. So
So is he the bear?
Is
he the
you
bear?
a cub?
And you're
Is
the what?
You're the cub?
they call me the wild card
Oh,
because you never know what
gotcha.
I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
So,
Well,
and for the listeners, guys, I just want to put this out there. Our show, A Guy Thing Podcast, is marked E for explicit. There is explicit
Yes.
language.
Yay.
Every time there's a microphone in my face, there's curse words that come out. So tonight,
Yes.
She has to watch his language.
Ours
Yes.
is described as AE, as in almost explicit. We're
So
just
you can
not
say
there
poop.
yet. Well, you can say
You can say
poop.
poop.
No, you can
and
say
butt.
poop.
But, of course.
Okay.
Balls,
Got
too.
it.
I think
From
there's
I
balls.
guess balls is
Not blue balls?
Say balls.
No, he's not.
If
But
we could say-
anyway.
Oh, no.
So anyway, the
Can't say it.
Can't
Maybe
say it,
Only
no.
if it's sports related.
Right, like
Basketball,
football,
football,
basketball, right.
baseball, that kind of balls.
and that's what we were.
We were just told by her. It is like,
Yep.
no.
It's
Talk
good to
about the
clarify these
NFL
things.
thing.
It's
I know.
Oh, the NFL.
So
Yeah.
listen, we want to do a shout out to our main sponsor. This segment is brought to you by Phoenix Packers Logistics. PPL is the exclusive distributor for Hemp Boca clinical CBD products. They are an e-commerce fulfillment and shipping specialist providing a wide range of logistics services to retail and consumer goods manufacturers, including online resellers. They also provide FBA fulfillment by Amazon services. For more information, please contact Barry Stein at 954-742-4790 or visit them online at phoenixpackage.com. We thank you very much, Norm and Hunter.
Thank you, Norm. Thank you, Hunter.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
Grant
it.
Screw.
And also, yes, the music that you heard during the intro is the Ricka Project Band. That was Grant's Groove song by the Ricka Project and by the album Jazz for the Beer Drinkers. So if you want to, listen to the songs, see what other songs they have, the whole album, they're awesome.
They
awesome
are
live.
great. I was
They
watching
are.
your live show over at the restaurant. Avant. Del Rey.
Yes,
And I saw,
our
I
launch
saw
party.
the band, and shout out to the
Aren't
band
they awesome?
guys. You did a fantastic job. The music was great.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
wish I could have been there. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but it
So-
looked like it was a fun
Right.
event.
If you want more information on their band or where they're going to be playing, the RickaProjectBand.com. Go on their website.
Right.
The RickaBandProject.com.
Yes, Grant Screw. And we also want to let everybody know if you're interested in our products or learn more about CBD, you're going to go to hempboca.com. All
That's
the
right.
information
Go
is
there.
there. And we have updates to tell you about what Gene and I are doing with Hemp Boca, and we're gonna get into our main topic tonight, which is 10 things to consider when you are going to purchase CBD products.
Or
Find
just
that to be very
purchase it.
important. Yeah, right. But there's a lot of snake oil out there too, so we want to make sure that they're
Well,
purchasing
our
the right
product
products.
is not.
Well, I know, but they don't know.
Our product is the best.
Oh,
One of the-
during the
One
break,
of
I
the-
gotta
one of-
do mine.
One of the best.
Oh, you don't have?
It
I
is,
have
it's
mine.
in my pocket. Oh, good.
Do you want? Well,
Yeah.
yours is 600 milligrams.
Yeah, I'll be
So,
fine.
Miss
You'll be
Susan Lee
fine.
Mintz,
Are you sure?
as our new addition, almost not new. Well, she is family
Old.
to our
She is
program.
family.
Old.
So, listen,
Don't let the hair of
you have to
Just- Just the
so
number.
Give out the name. Who's tonight? Who you,
Oh,
Did you come
tonight
up
I
with it?
am Mrs. Boner from Boca.
You are Mrs.
Mrs.
Boner
B,
from Boca.
Mrs. B is back. You don't wear hair like this unless you're ready to go out there.
Yeah, I got you.
We are out there tonight.
So you wanna
No, people can just go to SusanMintz.com
Okay.
and get all the interviews they need to do, find out all about why I do what I do, and find out
Yeah.
everything they need.
Okay.
SusanMintz.com.
You're more than welcome to shout out
No,
your book names.
we're just fine. Committed to Love is my book about my story and my love for my late husband who died from AIDS in '94. It's a documentary ready to be made for a major movie when the right person comes along. And I held their hands with a hospice heart. Is 24 stories of people I met while I was involved with hospice.
Yes.
Let me show
So
our
that's
viewers.
what we're looking for.
Right
Yes.
here. And I
fine.
held their hands
that-
with a hospice
We read
heart.
that book and it was
It's oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
My
Love it.
You
I
guys
write
have
about
to-
reality. If you want
It
to
is-
feel good and happy and science
is Committed
fiction
to
and all
Love.
this other, you don't want me.
Great
I write
book.
about stuff that is going to make you laugh or cry or feel or think.
This is hilarious.
That's the
Right.
one I'm
Safe
really
sex
interested in reading.
never tasted so good.
Well,
and
That's
there's,
good.
there's,
It is-
and correct me if
look-
I'm wrong, there's recipes in there.
Oh, they're
there's-
real
They're
recipes.
real
There's real
recipes.
Yes.
There's real
It
recipes
is a
in there.
guy thing.
What about the ladies?
It is.
What about the guys?
And look at her. Look at her. Look
Because-
at
Look
her
at
when she was
ladies.
young. There. Look at her.
Is that Mrs. Mintz?
That is da Boner.
You know, you look like
Mrs.
Lucille Ball with that hair.
Really?
Yeah,
Red, yes.
absolutely.
I can't look at it anymore. I just want to.
I want that red hair.
Listen, if you want to chime in the show, you're more than
Come
welcome
on,
to
call in.
Right
You
here.
have
at
controversy. I
Yes.
want to know about a guy.
888-565-1470. Call in, say hi, questions about CBD or whatever you want to talk about. We'd love to hear from you.
But what are those things you said? There's 10 things. What are some of them?
Yeah, so, I mean, we are seeing on a weekly basis all these new businesses opening up, and part of their name, they use CBD. Like they're in their food or they're just selling it. You know, you've got a shoe store, a well-known shoe store that's going to be selling CBD products, which we touched on this was last show.
Last show, yes.
It is unbelievable what's coming out.
Yeah.
We have coffee shops coming out with right outside.
That's
you know,
big.
You know when
Absolutely.
you walk down when you're walking
big.
down the sidewalk and suddenly how they'll have those signs out there.
The
that say, you know,
stand.
happy hour
Yeah,
signs
the
and
wooden
stuff.
sand.
They're saying,
stand.
you know, fresh coffee, fresh CBD coffee, or fresh coffee. Come in, try out CBD or whatever. It's unbelievable. It's
Where,
right,
we
it's
were
around
just at,
here,
where were we
Delray
just
and-
at this past weekend? We were down in Wynwood. They had a food, art,
Right.
and drink.
Did you guys do, was that the
marketplaces.
event you guys did?
We weren't
No.
part of it. We went
Okay.
down there
You went down to check it
to
out.
share our products and stuff.
Cool.
And go ahead. What did you remember?
And there was a ice cream CBD in it. I wanted to taste it because I couldn't taste it. I had to purchase it. It was $10 for this little, probably half pint, whatever. But you
What
couldn't
were they-
taste anything.
What were they
There was
saying
water.
about it? Were they saying that it's going to do something for you? Like, what
No,
was it?
but-
What were they promoting?
But here's
No, they weren't
nothing?
promoting. It was two girls, young girls. I mean, she didn't really know too much. I mean, she did, but she didn't. But she was watered. It was. I'm sorry. Were you going to interrupt me? You were going to say
Oh, I was
something?
going to do what you do all the time.
Well, anyways, excuse me. Look,
Keep going.
the ice cream, actually, I think the cookies, Oreo cookies, that's the flavor. It was a water solvent CBD, so you couldn't taste it.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't think it really does much to you anyways. If you have just that minimal, is water dilute CBD
And then it's
oil.
mixed with ice cream.
It's mixed with ice cream and flavoring
That's like
and all that
getting
stuff.
a
It's
drink,
like,
you know, you get a frozen
Absolutely.
drink, you know, like a
It's
pina
infused
colada,
with CBD,
and
but
you don't
you don't-
taste any of the booze
No,
because
no.
that frozen, the
But
frozen
you don't
drink
even know if
doesn't
it's
taste
really
like.
in there. Yeah, how can you know what I mean?
Don't
eat
you
an
need
ice cream.
licenses though for some of it to be able
no,
to
you do, of
handle
course.
it?
The oil
Well,
and the,
here's-
Who's making
Here-
the money off the end of distributing licenses to everybody who wants this?
Well, here's the thing: if I see something like a food product with CBD in it, it's going to be no THC. They're supposed to be, right? Because
Right.
it's mixed with. But that's on them. They're supposed. I mean, you can't just infuse CBD in a food product and go sell it off the streets.
Why
So-
not? It's not. Nothing's regulated.
What if you just call it CBD, but you don't actually have
Exactly.
CBD in it?
How can you tell?
That's so true.
You know, you got to be careful with people
There's
like that
still-
too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
be careful with
You
your
know,
marketing.
people like to play
But when you
games to
say
make
that-
money.
When you say the CBD, yeah, it's true. But to your question, it is exploding every week with these CBD products, and so when we come back from a short break, I want to get into some of the 10 things
Questions
to look for,
and yeah.
or to think about when you're in a store and you're buying CBD products.
Right. How to I guess
Right.
purchase CBD and how to distinguish from a good product from
Right.
a bad product.
Gina, Chris, Hemp Boca show. It's Hemp Boca time, Boca
Hi.
Raton, Florida. Be right back.
With Joe and Susan.
Hemp Boca, a pure organic way to natural remedies. Our natural organic full spectrum hemp extract products considered one of the highest quality medical grade, bringing incredible relief from fibromyalgia, arthritis, anxiety, sleep, eczema, pets, and more. Unlike prescription painkillers you may be taking, have peace of mind that our products are gluten-free, vegan, with no GMO, solvent, pesticides, or metals. Call 844-385-1588 or visit hempboca.com for more information. Now back to the Hemp Boca Show, broadcasting live from Boca Raton, Florida.
All right. We're back. It's Hemp Boca time, Boca Raton, Florida. Gene, Chris, Susan, and my wonderful, greatest cuz, Joe.
Finally made it. Hey.
From a guy thing.
From a guy thing. Kaz.
I just
He-
noticed, as a producer, does he dip? You dip? He dips. I see
Dips.
it.
Awesome.
He's
Dip,
dipping.
he dip, you dip, we dip.
I noticed it. I was like, all right.
That's a song.
That's a song.
Ken, we love you. Thank you for everything you do. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Okay, Susan's
Awesome.
gonna do
Awesome.
her
We do
CBD
our
oil.
weekly thing
On a
under
weekly-
time.
I like it. There it is.
No, Christina's coming out. Does she want to do some too? Oh, you haven't met Christina, Latina.
Heard stories about Christina, but have
Well.
not officially met Christina.
Oh, you're about to right now. Hello. Hello, Christina. How are we doing?
I love this.
That's what you
I
gotta
love
do.
this stuff. And it will not
You
turn
just-
you away.
You just gotta take it.
30
seconds.
Earthy and nutty.
I
Swallow
think
it.
Go.
And then
Joe
Goes
may,
in effect.
Joe may
All right,
have
so-
second thoughts of being your
I wanna
cousin now.
get into, I want to
Educate
get into
me.
the first
Yes,
five.
please do.
The first 5 out of 10, because then I want to plug over to Joe and
Okay.
want him to talk about his show. And then at the last 15, 20 minutes, you got to give us 20 minutes. I want to talk about how Joe and I met.
Really?
Yes.
We're gonna do that again?
Yep.
No.
When you're on a
I'm
radio,
kidding.
there's different audience every week.
I
You
know.
have to.
I'm
All right,
kidding.
so-
Information.
What do you think as a consumer, right?
The number one
What
question.
it's not so much the number one. But you know what? Let's do that. Let's do a test. What is the number one? You can't say it because you can tell. You can see.
I won't look, I promise.
What is-
I don't cheat.
He doesn't know. He didn't.
What
Just
is the number one or the first question
Question.
you would think on the list that you would consider or you should consider when shopping for CBD?
I want to get
Quality.
high. No, I want to get high.
what is the best?
All right, okay, hold on. All right. You
What
got to sum it up a
company-
little. No, you got to be more specific because
Okay.
it is part of that. But it's something you and I always make sure of when we're, working with our products and stuff?
No THC. No THC at all in it.
Well,
Some products. Some products have THC in it.
Yeah, but they
Over
all
the legal limit.
But okay,
Okay.
they all have THC. It's just the level
Right.
of
Well, that's how it's
THC.
extracted too, right?
Because of extractions.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
you have the no THC.
Even
and then
though
have the
you
THC.
say no THC, there is THC in it.
0.01.
0.0. Is it the legal limit 0.03?
No.
0.3%.
Okay.
The legal.
0.03.
0.03.
But when you go to 0.3, no, this is important. So when you go to when you're doing the 0.3, whatever, and under, that's the THC level of a product that has THC in it, right? Then that's also can call it like full spectrum, what have you. But there's also where you have CBD with no THC. Every product really does have THC in it, but when you're on a threshold, you're allowed to say no THC when you're at like a 0.01.
Right.
A lot of this food, places, athletes, which we'll get into another show, but they're taking products that have that no THC. That's the pharmacies and all. That's what they're starting with, for the most part. But the number one would be, where is the hemp grown? That's so important, because there are products that are being shipped from overseas. And here it clearly states, I'm just going to kind of ad-lib a little here. Meaning it is capable of absorbing both and good and bad from the air, water, and soil in which it's grown. This makes it all more important to know that your CBD oil comes from organically grown hemp that can be tracked to its U.S. grown source. U.S. grown source. If it's is it from another country? How are you going to know that how it's being taken care of? Where is it really grown, right?
I can't even deal with lettuce.
Okay, question.
Question away.
Okay, that's for someone who's more educated of hemp CBD.
But what is that premise of our show?
No, correct, but I'm talking about consumers who's listening. A lot of them, what's the number one question that, as a consumer, if you know nothing about CBD?
Am I going to fail a drug test? Am I going to get high? Everybody
That's the whole
asks
thing.
that question.
They're not going to know. They're not going to know to ask. Where's hemp grown or CBD? They're not going to know to ask that.
Will I get
this
high
is more someone who is more
when you have
a little
your own,
educated.
I guess you have your own personal reasons of why you want to take it.
I'm just talking about just the vast consumers out there in Boca del Rey, in our area right now. I mean, you go up to talk to ask somebody.
CBD. I've tried. It doesn't work.
No,
You're not gonna get
that's
high.
the first thing. That's the first thing.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to get high.
Right.
That's
And you don't-
that's the
you don't
number
know.
one thing.
You know
That's the
how-
number one question.
You know how our
It's not
products-
where the hemp is grown. I mean, that is important also. Very important, the process and extraction. But
You
for
know how, like when we describe our products, when we say there's no pesticides and metals, right? Things like that.
right.
Well, you buy product. We may not in the U.S. You may not have that, or
Correct.
But
Correct.
you don't know what's going on over
No,
in Europe.
absolutely.
If they're doing what they're supposed to do in extraction during the extraction of the process, where there's no pesticides and metals. Things like that.
Correct.
And then what if they do, right? But then you have to ship it over. But are you really sure of what they say? No, you got to run through the whole test again.
This is right. This is why we have the show, for awareness, because not everyone's thinking those details. Only people who are researching it. For general consumers, all they care about is, can that get me high?
And you got to be careful when you
And-
buy this stuff too, because
Absolutely.
you could go, for people that are watching or listening that are here in the
Yes.
Florida area, there's the place called the Swap Shop, and you can go down there, and every single booth sells some sort of CBD product down
Right.
there. But none of the people that are there know what CBD
is
oil
CBD?
does. Everything's very basic. Oh no,
Right.
you don't get high, and that's it. They can't tell you anything else. So you got to
No.
be careful where you're buying the product from as well. and who you're dealing with.
Right.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I don't have a top 10 list. I was just asking what number one would be.
But the other thing is, look at as far as medications. A lot of medications are made here, shipped overseas, shipped somewhere else. It goes around in a big circle, or we can get them from China. I mean, China sends a lot of their medications over here that we get. You have your food issue, the same thing. There's going to be the same thing with hemp eventually with the CBD. People will become aware and will ask, where is it coming from? Because at some point it's going to be no different than meds. It's going to be no different than food.
Yeah, so true.
No, absolutely.
So I'll run through some of the headings here on the top 10, and then I want to get into one that we've always talked about. The other one is how much THC is in the CBD oil. Where's the concentration of CBD in the product? How do we know the CBD is potent or pure? How much total CBD is in the product? How is the CBD being extracted?
That's what we talk about a lot.
Right. Is there any accountability? The other is that cheaper, right? We talk about cost. When you go out in your shop, right? You have different options. When you go into a convenience store and you have 3 levels of shampoo products, okay, why is there 3 levels? Because they always start with the most expensive on the top, and they drop down as price, right?
Just as
you
in the
have to have options.
Yep.
You got to cater to all different demographics.
The lowest ones.
But who's to say because the expensive one is much better than the middle cost or lower cost? I don't believe in this one you pay $50 because it's yes, there are great products out there for high costs, but you are paying for the name. It doesn't mean the quality
and the packaging.
Yeah,
and the marketing.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I got a friend of mine, the Shampoo King. He's got a huge warehouse, ton of product, all hair product. He'll tell me exactly what he pays wholesale for all this stuff, and then the resale is unbelievably hugely different.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's
uneducated.
Product.
Yes,
it's
consumers.
not about how much the product is. It's about how much is it worth.
Right.
Exactly.
Totally different. Totally different.
What do you always talk about? How much we pride in our product, right? We're not budging on our prices because of the quality.
Right. You're comparing apples to apples, not apples to oranges. Yeah. It's kind of like you're comparing. I always put this comparison: Louis Vuittons and Michael Kors. Sorry, but that's that's apples, oranges. You're not comparing, Chanel to Gucci and Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
That's for a girl. That's a girl comparison,
So girly of you to say.
Yeah.
I'm still a woman.
For guys, it's like Jordans or New Balance. There's a little difference there.
Or the cars, or the watch, or something.
Versace.
Yeah. I'm Walmart. Tell me now, what's another one?
So the cheaper part. This is important because this is very important. Don't think that you're buying when you go in. And all right. Depending on your income level, understand. Okay, it's always good to try to find a bargain. But if this is something you're taking,
you're putting inside your body.
You have got to pay attention to what you're buying. If you see a CBD product that's $15, we've seen them. We've seen them $8. I had a guy. Remember that a long time ago? We were out at in Delray with a group of people. We just had a meeting, and this guy comes and says, and we were talking to him in a conversation about, and he showed us the bottle. And we asked him how much it costs. He says, I pay about $8 to $10 for the CBD bottle.
He's bought olive oil.
Yes, it's mostly water.
It's probably snake oil. They call it
snake oil.
But
absolutely,
listen, pay attention to what you're buying. Learn where the product comes from. If you see a product that's $15, $20,
research.
Get in your iPhone right there, or your Android, whatever you have, and search that company, that manufacturer, and see where all the products coming from. For us, like for Gina and I, because we're in this every day, if we walk into a store that says that we find a product that's like $12, $15, $20. Okay, well, there's
something wrong there.
We don't. What are they selling? But just be careful. You're putting it in your body, and that's what we pride on. We have expensive. Right. We're not budging on our prices because, first of all, it's very expensive on the process of what our product goes through. Just to make sure we try to get as healthy and in as
purest form
as high as quality as possible. So, and that's what we're sticking with. But just be careful. Do your thing. Do your homework.
Okay.
And so, Joe,
what's up?
Tell us about a guy thing. How does it start?
Yeah.
Wow, we just jumped like that, huh?
And
That's what you got to do sometimes.
This
You
is-
just jump around. Sometimes you got to get in the water.
Jump
sometimes
around.
you got to get out.
Jump around.
We're jumping in. We're jumping in.
Okay.
Guy Thing podcast.
So come on,
Yeah.
let's plug it. How did it all go?
It's it's a really cool show, and I'm not just saying that because I'm one of the hosts of the show, but
right.
me, me and my buddy Brian are the hosts of the show. I was at Brian's daughter's birthday party, and Brian approached me and he said to me, I was thinking about doing like a podcast, but one of the guys I was talking to, I don't know if it's going to work out with him because he's on and off, and I really need a co-host to do it with.
I think it's because you're a little on the handsome looking side.
What do you think? I think Brian got a little. He probably got a little like, ooh, I gotta go over and talk to him. Right? I think that's what happened.
I was hoping for my great personality, but all right.
You gotta start out, right? You gotta start
you gotta-
external and work your way in.
external and then
Right? That's what it's
internal.
all
It's true.
about.
It's very true.
When does it air? Or what?
Right now, we're every Thursday night at 7 p.m. and our studio's actually in Boca Raton, Florida.
Boca Raton.
Boca Raton. The show, it's actually a cool show. We started out just doing it for fun. It was just us just talking about sports and, our life, And then all of a sudden, people started to listen. We're going to commercial break?
Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah,
But
just
don't
keep
you
talking.
worry,
No,
ladies
we
and
already.
gentlemen, don't you
Stay
worry.
tuned.
Because when we come back, you're going to find out what we do on the show. Promise
Nice.
you.
Hemp Boca Show. It's Hemp Boca
Boca
time. Boca
time.
Raton, Florida, live with Gene,
See.
Chris, and Miss Susan Lee Mintz.
Be right back.
We'll be right back.
Hemp Boca, a pure organic way to natural remedies. Our natural organic full-spectrum hemp extract products considered one of the highest quality medical grade, bringing incredible relief from fibromyalgia, arthritis, anxiety, sleep, eczema, pets, and more. Unlike prescription painkillers you may be taking, have peace of mind that our products are gluten-free, vegan, with no GMO, solvent, pesticides, or metals. Call 844-385-1588 or visit hempboca.com for more information. Now back to the Hemp Boca Show, broadcasting live from Boca Raton, Florida.
It's probably good to have this on. Show it. So you know what? Yeah.
We had a wardrobe
You know what?
malfunction.
Malfunction
before the show
today.
Hi, everybody. We're back. It's Boca.
My
Hemp Boca.
fault. Hi, Boca.
It's Hemp Boca
It's
time.
Boca
Boca
time.
Raton. Listen, just ignore the fruit punch because I promise you, you will not get a shirt like this with fruit punch on it. I had
There
an
was a
accident.
little accident. It was
that
actually my fault.
Hemp Boca shirts.
Tie
And,
dye.
I say,
It was tie dye.
tie dye fruit punch. My
So
clumsiness. So I want, you know what I want? I want like 3 people to call in tonight, and they get a shirt.
wow.
Now, did they get the
You
official
better call in quick. Yes.
stained shirt?
You can get an official stain shirt
if you request it.
We'll sign off on it.
I
Yeah.
think that's a novelty.
Or we'll
Yeah, absolutely.
why not, right?
That's it.
Got
3
nice clean
people
ones, too.
call in,
And you'll get an original.
You'll get a
stained
shirt.
T-shirt.
and it'll be stained.
But it's a nice Hemp Boca logo with an all pure organic way.
Yeah. Call in
To natural
888-565-1470, 888-565-1470.
It does look
And
like
you get
tie
yourself a
dye.
shirt.
That's
Right?
Not,
We're
that's
just
not-
kidding about the stained one, unless you want
But
it.
that's out of the
No,
60s.
they're getting the stain shirt.
That's really out of the 60s and 70s when
It's
everything
very
was
psychedelic. I
Tie-dye,
like it.
yeah.
All right, what's the guy think?
So,
I'm so
a Guy
interested.
Thing podcast transitioned. People started taking a like, and we started getting some sort of like a little bit of a following. And next thing you know, I'm getting emails from friends or text messages, phone calls from friends saying, "Hey, talk about this, talk about that." And it kind of transitioned from there. We started a website. We opened up a mailbag. Now we have listeners that email us, they call us, they leave us voicemails, they tell us the crazy stories that are going on in their lives, or it could be about their
Right.
boss at work, or it could be about their wife, their significant other, anything.
Right. Right.
And we're getting all this feedback from people, and it's pretty amazing because they listen to the show.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And we have right now over 7,000 listeners. 80% of our listening is local, so it's the South Florida area. And we have listeners in New York, because I have ties in New York. We have listeners even across seas. So it's really cool to kind of go through the show, have fun with the show. And we also have guests that come on the show on a weekly basis, which is really cool.
We enjoy that.
You guys have been guests on the show.
Yes, we have been there. It was a lot of fun.
We'd like to come back.
We would love to have you guys come back.
We enjoyed
it. We're so excited because of the amount of people that have responded to the show and that want to be a part of the show. Last week, for example, we had the founder of 2J's Deli on the show.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, he told his story of how he started 2J's and now he's transitioned into B Square Burgers and Booze. Shout out to B Square Burgers and Booze in Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas Boulevard. Great place for burgers. We have sponsors like Robot Brewing Company here in Boca.
Well, I guess they're not going to be paying for any sponsors.
No, now. He's only for him right now.
We better get a free burger.
We got new customers.
Yes.
Mark Katzenberg, shout out. You got
Hemp
new customers.
Boca show. We better get a free burger.
And it's really been a blessing. It's been amazing. It's been fun. That's the most important thing. It's been a lot of fun.
That's great. That's
meeting great people. We have business owners on the show. Just to give you a quick rundown. Business owners come on the show. Potential, people that are aspiring to be, athletes on a professional level. People that are ready to take it to the next level.
Right.
Our show, we're not famous. We're not celebrities or anything like that. We're trying to make our mark. So we want people, and we invite people that are doing the same thing. They want to make their mark in their industry. So it's a guy thing. It's guy talk. If you're easily offended, it's not the show for you. It's a show that we do express freedom of speech. It is E for explicit. So, we do drop some curse words in the show as well. We're 5 stars on Apple iTunes. We haven't gotten a rating under 5 stars, which is amazing. We try to keep it fresh. We have a This Week in Social Media segment, which keeps our listeners coming back. So when people tune in, they know, any craziness you see on Facebook or social media or anywhere, we're going to talk about it. Our guests that come on the show, they're going to weigh in on it as well. And then we're going to have our mailbag and talk about the stuff that's going on with our listeners. And our guests that come on the show weigh in on that as well. So it's interactive with our listeners.
That's awesome.
Our guests have an opportunity to broadcast who they are, where they're from, and what their business is as well. So it's a lot of fun.
Do they always come into the studio?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's never on the phone?
No, we don't want to do phone. We like in person. Yeah. Come to the studio.
Right.
Shout out to Cross Country Mortgages, Cross Country Studios. Those are our boys.
That's awesome.
They hook us up.
There's another one. We want a free mortgage. I guess we can't come to you for sponsorship, but we want a free mortgage. Okay. So we got a free burger tonight, and we got a free mortgage and free beer.
Free beer. Yeah.
Free beer. Now, I love you. We're family. I'm so proud of. I'm so proud.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Your success and all, and we wish you the best with the guy.
For 2019.
Why don't you let everybody know? Where they can link up with you and
absolutely
platforms.
Facebook and Instagram. It's at A Guy Think Podcast. Twitter's at A Guy Think Pod. Our email is aguythinkpodcast@gmail.com.
Just one letter off.
That's it. We try to keep it very simple. Very simple. Instagram's a big following. Check us out on Instagram. It's growing every day. You could email us right from there. Our phone number's there, so you could give us a call, leave a voicemail. We will talk about whatever voicemail you send us, email you send us. We'll shout you out on the show if you want to be shouted out. We'll do that as well. If you want to listen to us, you can subscribe on Apple iTunes and everywhere else. We're on every major podcast platform there is.
We're coming up. I think it's supposed to be by the end of February that the Hemp Boca show will, I guess, it was like a 90-day waiting period for Apple.
Okay. Well, yeah.
How long has the show been on?
We've been on for 6 months now.
6 months.
6 months,
nice.
just about.
Yeah, such a short
6, 7
time.
months.
I know.
And great success.
You're doing right.
Yeah,
that's great.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have a new You saw our Instagram page.
Yes.
We got to do a shout out to Jordan.
I know. Yeah, he's great. Jordan, if you're watching,
Jordan Oginski.
Thank you so much. He's our
so
new
much for
Instagram, our social
this
media.
guy took in less than 24 hours built an incredible Instagram page, and it's Hemp Boca 1. You can go to Instagram. Phenomenal.
And follow us and watch. Yeah, he posts.
So
he does all our postings for us.
Yeah, we appreciate all your help.
Yes.
Jordan Oginski, you're fantastic at what you do. Thank you.
I also want to give a shout out to Jared Borden. He's been doing our Twitter page. He's been killing it on Twitter. We have a big following on Twitter.
Wow.
All thanks to Jared. So, Jared, thank you, brother.
Wow. Jared, whatever he's paying you, we'll double it. We need help, too.
Joey, when I come on, would you do really explicit?
We are always explicit.
That would be really nice. I'd enjoy it. Explicit.
We have cocktails on the show sometimes. If you,
there you go.
This is a show that it's very raw. It's very uncut. You're allowed to be yourself.
Like Howard Stern was and is.
Yes.
He's the legend. Howard Stern is a legend. We can only wish we could be as good as Howard Stern.
No, you can be. Just
You can.
You can. He came along at the right time with the right shtick.
So
That's right. Absolutely.
All timing. All timing.
Absolutely. Susan Mintz. She's going to be a guest on a Guy Thing. You heard it first here on the Hemp Boca Show live.
Yes.
95.3 FM, South Florida Talk. How you doing?
Very live.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
All right. How's mom and dad?
They're doing good. Yeah, I'm sure they're tuning in. I hope they're tuning in.
And
They'll be
Val,
tuning in.
I love you. Mwah, miss you.
Love you guys. Love my mom and dad. They're the best.
I miss them. I'm going to see them again. So,
I think that's wonderful. A Guy Thing. There's nobody else with that name.
No.
Did you have to check that out to get that?
Absolutely.
To make sure?
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the sports when they do, and they have the NFL, the guys that just talk about sports, they just talk about these things. That's what's wonderful. It's a guy thing.
Yeah.
But you can talk about anything because everything pertains to a man as well as a woman, mostly.
Right.
And we do have a woman following as
mostly.
well. We have women that email us and call us and tell us about their stuff that's going on. So we do have a diverse following.
You know, the interesting thing is that they said that nobody invented the marketplace. The marketplace is already made for you. It's just a question of fueling it and feeding it and giving it something new.
I will tell you, since I started this show, it opened up new ideas for me. And I realized that everything that's outside right now, out there in the world, that's my platform. Because I could literally handpick people that I want on my show. And I could just confront them and say, hey, come on down.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had Black Coral Rum, who's a big rum distillery in Riviera Beach, Florida. They've been on the show. We've did a rum tasting here. We've had breweries on the show, bars on the show, restaurants on the show, athletes on the show. You could have anybody on there.
Diverse, yeah.
It's amazing. So when you have that mindset, like I literally could do anything that I want.
Oh yeah.
You just keep pushing until it happens.
That's awesome.
And you never stop. You don't stop. No matter what rung on the ladder you are, there's always another one and another one and another one. You want to push that envelope till that envelope explodes, and then you still want to fill it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm at my age, and I'm sincere. I do believe that it doesn't matter how old you are. You have to have that drive. You have to have that passion. You have to have that inner something that says, I got something you need, and I don't care how long it takes. We're going to do it. We're going to get it out. We're going to see it go to other people. It's all about people.
Rocky Balboa's story.
It's all
Rocky
about
says,
people.
Right? What did Rocky Balboa say? He said, doesn't matter how old you are, you can still do it.
That's it.
It doesn't matter.
Some things.
You know,
Some things.
you know. Let's be Rocky.
Yeah, as those, it's one of my favorite movies. Like the whole the franchise.
Yeah.
Favorite.
I love it. I haven't seen Creed 2 yet.
I like the old ones better. I like the old franchise better. But he's still part of that, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Miss Susan.
What, my
Didn't
darling?
he direct that? Or did he have anything to do with that? He directed it, right?
Yeah.
He didn't direct the Creeds, but the
Balboa,
Rocky
Rocky,
series.
all the.
Quite a few of them he did.
And his brother got involved, too.
Frank Stallone?
Yeah.
He's
No,
wild.
I thought Sylvester did the Creeds.
No, he didn't.
All right.
Somebody else wrote them, and they chose who they wanted
he
to be
played
the
him.
director.
A producer, maybe?
Oh, yeah. No, he's a part of
producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Miss Susan Lee Mintz.
What, my darling? It's too
What's
cold.
going on with you?
Cold out today.
You look very nice, by the way.
This is my lucky jacket.
You're always
wearing
This is
that.
my
Yes.
lucky jacket.
I like the scarf.
The only thing we change is the hair. We never know who we're going to be on any given day or night.
Yes.
Again,
Especially after you take your CBD oil.
SusanMintz.com. You can just check out everything on Instagram. I think they're the only ones with Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I don't know how to use any of these things.
I get overwhelmed
but
when you're mentioning them because it's too much.
It is a lot.
All that social media stuff. It's just too
awful.
much.
It's exhausting. It takes me 3 hours in the morning
We're
to just
trying
get
to,
through
you know,
emails.
Jean's been working so hard on getting, people to help us with social media. Kudos to that.
It's exhausting.
So it's,
Yeah, it's, we got lucky. Met him just by chance. And he's like, I'm good with Instagram and Facebook. I was like,
it was ladies'
great.
night. It was ladies' night. It wasn't by chance.
It was okay.
She was
I
out
was my
with her
girlfriend Lisa.
girlfriends.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Diana. Hi, Phil. Hi, everybody.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Yes. So
Hi.
Hi.
she has her.
Like,
But yeah, I mean, I look.
don't
I
get
look at
jealous,
Facebook.
Christina.
I know. I gotta stop. Gotta stop that.
Yeah, you gotta stop being jealous.
Stop that.
All right, listen.
Alter ego.
When we come back, we're gonna talk about how Joe and I
Hooked up.
How we met.
how we hooked
That
up.
doesn't sound right. Gene.
Listen,
Well,
always
it
keep
is-
it in the family, people.
See,
Keep it in the family.
hooked up is appropriate. We'll be right back.
We'll be right
Gene-
back. It's
And Boca Time with Gene and Chris,
Florida.
Joe, and Da Bona.
The boner.
Da Bona.
The boner.
Hemp Boca, a pure organic way to natural remedies. Our natural organic full-spectrum hemp extract products considered one of the highest quality medical grade, bringing incredible relief from fibromyalgia, arthritis, anxiety, sleep, eczema, pets, and more. Unlike prescription painkillers you may be taking, have peace of mind that our products are gluten-free, vegan, with no GMO, solvent, pesticides, or metals. Call 844-385-1588 or visit hempboca.com for more information. Now back to the Hemp Boca Show, broadcasting live from Boca Raton, Florida.
But I need a publisher. I don't sell
Absolutely.
anymore.
This is
Welcome back. It's
Yeah,
in
we're just
Boca
talking
Time,
about
Boca
safe
Raton,
sex
Florida.
never tasted
Gene and
so
Chris,
good.
Susan, and my cuz Joe, known from
Joe
a Guy
McGill.
Thing podcast. A Guy Thing podcast. Check
every
them out.
Thursday night.
Every Thursday
on-
night, 7 to what time?
7 8
All right, so it's from 6 to 7.
Just depends on how you feel.
Depending on how many drinks we have. You just never know. You just never know.
All right.
Anything
So-
can happen. I want to know one thing before we get into how me and you.
Go ahead.
I want the listeners to know how hard you guys work behind the scenes. Because I'm going to tell you something. Honestly, as a consumer, going to a store, purchasing any kind of product, what do you know about the product? What do you know about the people that are putting that
Are
product
behind
out
the
there,
product,
Right? I
yes.
think that's more interesting
Important.
than the product itself.
Yeah.
I just a brief, what are you guys doing? Let these people know, what are you guys doing behind the scenes on a daily basis? Because I know how hard you guys work, but I don't think they do.
Well,
What are you
You wanna
doing?
take it
You're
away?
putting out an amazing product for these
I know,
people.
where do you start?
What are you guys doing for them?
I mean, from
I mean,
The-
we built everything from scratch, right?
from the behind
Everything.
Yes, the back
website,
office,
everything,
every single thing.
We've done.
We just two of us alone.
Yeah.
As far as right now, we're in the marketing, branding stage.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, probably the first 6 months,
Yeah.
we're behind the scenes, just building.
Right.
Building website, making sure the designs, picking out the
Yeah.
logos, and everything from scratch. I mean, money was tight.
Very.
So
Of course it. No, there's nothing
was
wrong
tight.
with that. Money
no,
was very tight.
I know.
You know what?
Of course, nothing's wrong with
I want
that.
the listeners. You know what? This is important because it really says a lot about who we are. And thanks for asking.
Absolutely. No, appreciate that.
We're 100% organic.
right?
Yeah,
we
yes.
are organic. I'm not talking
Not just
about
our products.
It's about
us, yes.
what we've done ourselves. We've used, as much as we can for ourselves, and
learning everything,
and learn,
especially for myself, learning from him because he's the IT guy. I know nothing about. I mean, I know a little bit about computers. I can, do little stuff,
right,
as everyone does. But learning from him, I mean, building the store and the website, it was really, really interesting because I'm a quick learner, and he's a great teacher, and for me to be able to learn from him, to be able to, little things, just doing, I don't know the names of it,
no,
to actually do adding pictures into the actual store and drag and drop,
a little bit of coding,
right?
So, but it's not just so much because I've said this over and over again. Hemp Boca would not be where it's at if you were not part of it. You've done so much yourself.
I
You
know.
are very, yeah. There's an inside joke with the word. I know.
I know.
But
I'm kidding.
But you are a very intelligent person, and you have brought so much to the table. You've done so much in the last few months.
Thank you.
Some we can't talk about yet,
right.
but some we can. But we are. We're working with an athlete that's going to be endorsing us for the next week or two. We had to postpone that. She had to travel. We're coming out with a no THC line of products.
Line of credit.
Yeah, I know.
Line of credit.
Hello. So a line of products that are beneficial to those that just they shy away from wanting knowing that there's a little bit THC
right,
or what have you. So
or
we're
being
working
tested,
on that,
yeah.
and we have other opportunities coming our way to be in a chain, a retail chain, a health food store.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, we're taking our time. We take our time. We haven't experienced the big boom yet, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you what we're doing that we're so proud of is that we're helping so many customers with really like illnesses and
right.
really like chronic pain, like serious stuff. And they're coming back and telling us how they're feeling. Like, after all these years taking opioids, I'm no longer buying the blah, 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 blah. I mean, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not physicians. We're not in the medical field. We don't give medical advice.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I want to put something out. I want to do a shout out to Jean and kudos to her. We were in the middle of a meeting last week, and she gets a phone call. We were in a very important meeting last week, and she gets a phone call, and it was through our Hemp Boca line. And you were gone for about 10, 15 minutes, what have you. And she comes back, and then after our meeting, she explains to us that this person on the phone was so adamant, asking her, will these products help me with my medical condition? Getting into, you can't get into that area. You know what I mean? We have to be very, very careful. Mm-hmm. We have disclaimers on the website. We've got disclaimers on our products, but we're on the phone. We have to be a disclaimer too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she was like, Chris, he just kept asking me over and over again, will this take care of my, was it cancer? And she was like, I was so adamant. I was telling him, listen, I'm not a doctor. I am not going to say yes or no. You need to seek medical advice.
Professional advice, yeah.
So that's what we're all about. And that's what Jean did. It showed how much she cares about that person, not about making a sale. It showed that she prides in her product.
Well, actually, he was calling from California, which is legal, and I had to tell him that. No, absolutely. He wanted to ask about our products and how he can get our products. I said, no, you have to go somewhere closer to you. I said, I'm already in Florida. I didn't realize. I said, how'd you get our number? He said, someone gave me your card. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I said, you know that California is legal. You can go purchase CBD hemp oil without a medical card or prescription, in stores. I said, you have to consult with your professional medical,
doctor,
prior to getting any CBD hemp oil.
Great.
I said, that's the first thing he's got to do.
But the thing that you did that not many do,
about.
and that's what really keeps the integrity of our business is that
Absolutely.
you didn't try and sell our product. You show that you were more focused on taking care of him, and directing him the right way.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, that's what we're all about. So so to answer your question, yeah, we are 15 plus hours a day, really working hard, genuinely, and carefully, and to make sure that we are, following through what we always say. Mm-hmm. But the ultimate goal is to give back and to create a foundation for children. We just can't wait for that. We can't wait for the day where we can do that. Financially, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time. But we want to give back and make this our legacy.
Right.
Well, I think, and really, truly...
We have 6 minutes, Joe, but keep going, because I want to talk about our cousins.
Oh, well, we should get right into it.
Okay.
And I respect what you guys do.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate
it. We appreciate
But
it.
thanks for asking
Well,
that.
we can sum this up in 6 minutes, for sure.
Okay.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So...
yeah. Do you want me to start it off, or...?
Yes.
Do your thing.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
Playing softball one night. After softball, me and my buddy decided we were going to go down to Bar Louie, Boynton Beach, right on Congress. Let's have a couple pops before we call it a night. So we go down there, and all of a sudden I see Gene. I haven't seen Gene in a very long time. Me and Gene used to work together at a bank.
Right.
That's how I know Gene. Right. And I haven't seen you in years.
5 years ago?
Years.
5,
yeah.
How many?
Four or 5 years.
4 years.
Right. 4 years,
4
yeah.
years. So I see Jean. Hey, how you doing? And she introduces me to Chris. I've never met Chris before, ever. And, how you doing, Joe? Nice to meet you. Where you from? From New York. Oh, me too. Where you from? From Long Island. So, oh, okay. Yeah, where about Long Island? Port Jefferson. I said, oh, cool. I have family in Massapequa. He says, so do I. I said, where about? And the next thing you know, he name drops. I name drop. And like, literally, we looked at each other. It was the craziest thing. I was like, he said, my uncle is Joe DiNapoli. And I was like,
you said Johnny. You looked over
at me. I looked at him and I was like, Johnny? Johnny?
I was like, how do you know Johnny?
Yeah.
He's like, well, Johnny's my second cousin. I said, no, he's my second cousin. He's like, no, he's my second cousin. I was like,
that's great.
It was the spookiest thing.
Yeah, and then like silence.
Now, mind you, I've only known this guy. I just met him 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Last time we were together, we were like,
yeah.
Pee-wee high. But the first thing you jumped out of your chair, you jumped over the bushes back there. I'm like, what's going on?
I didn't realize I cleared that whole section.
I didn't realize what was going on.
I was standing there, and I turn around, I'm staring at him, I'm like, and then he says, my mom and dad's Val and Al. And I, when Gene and I, at that time, we met, 9-10 months ago, what have you, and over that time, I always tell her, I have a lot of big family, but I always had really special close family members. This and that.
And he missed them.
And I missed them and all.
I remember the names. Yeah.
And all this time, she's known my second cousin.
Okay, calm down.
I get very passionate when it comes to family.
Italians, we can't.
Italians do that.
We start banging on stuff.
First of all,
breaking stuff.
First of all, everybody should know this: when you handcuff an Italian, they don't talk. Remember
Why is that?
We always talk with
our
hands.
Oh, gotcha.
Come on, Mama.
We always talk with our hands.
Mama, me.
Yeah,
let's go.
You're right.
But all this
Asians,
time,
we always talk with our hands.
And we randomly met through mutual friends.
Nothing is an accident, my dear.
No,
Everything
it's
is
not.
No,
It's not.
right.
No,
And-
nothing
Was
is
it
random.
6 degrees of separation?
And here's the
No,
thing:
nothing-
say?
everything is
and that person is just kind of gone, disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we stayed good friends. We've got this business, and this time she's known one of my
Joey.
greatest families. One of my favorite families is his mom and dad, and my second cousin. I love you.
I love you too.
No, that's a guy.
That's a Italian for you.
You always gotta go cheek to cheek,
Always.
right to left.
Oh, it's right. I was like,
It's
you
left
like
to
that
right.
laugh?
If you want to do the Christina way,
Christina.
left to right.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's like a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What am I drinking?
I'm like
the Hawaiian punch.
I'm like,
Yeah, the Hawaiian punch.
I can just lick the cup because there's nothing in there.
Well, thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
Thank
Joe,
you,
for
guys.
being here. Thank you, Susan, for being here.
Yes.
And thank you, Chris, for being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being
No
here.
limits.
And thank you.
Hey,
Yes.
No limits.
no
No
boundaries.
boundaries, guys.
Hemp Boca
Good night.
time every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. live
Be
from Boca
safe.
Raton, Florida.
See you
Tell
next
everybody
Tuesday.
about us. Help us grow. We love you. Thank you. Bye.
Woo!
Hemp Boca, a pure organic way to natural remedies. Our natural organic full-spectrum hemp extract products considered one of the highest quality medical grade, bringing incredible relief from fibromyalgia, arthritis, anxiety, sleep, eczema, pets, and more. Unlike prescription painkillers you may be taking, have peace of mind with Hemp Boca's gluten-free, vegan, no GMO, solvent, pesticides, or metals products. Call 1-844-385-1588 or visit hempboca.com for more information. Thank you for tuning in to the Hemp Boca Show, broadcasting live from Boca Raton every Tuesday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. with Gene and Chris. We'll see you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this